Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. One of us is good, one of us is evil. We'll let you figure out which one's which.
Evil.
Shut up, you.
What is it? One does this, and one does this, the other does that.
See no evil.
I'm not
no
this
evil,
one.
no...
We know I'm not this one.
Anyway, there's your weird culture for the evening. Hey, the one, the only, Bobby Huntley gets top comment this evening.
Oh, Bobby, go Bobby.
He gets first. Let me check. Yep, no one pinged it on the YouTubes or the other Facebook page because I actually have had some response from that. Anyway, Bobby, how you doing? We'd be waiting a while if we wait for his response because there's like a 7 or 8 second delay.
I was just chatting with him. He's doing pretty good. Zach's sick though, so he won't be on tonight.
Oh, but Kane Dixon says he liked first. Or
hey, yeah, that's kind of important too, right?
I almost read it as licked first. I'm like, I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Well, we won't say what I used to type Bobby's name as and got in trouble for a couple times.
Yeah, we get in trouble for stuff like that. The Facebooks tend to shut us down for stuff like that.
Well, Bobby caught it. He shut me down. He says, "Whoa, my name doesn't have 2 O's in it."
2 shows. Anyway, so I'm going to lead the announcements tonight. Yep, I got stuff. Can you believe it? Me, your marketing guy, the one, maybe, hopefully the only non-mechanic in here. Yeah, me. But I'm a mechanic on the other end. So we're actually getting the training site for Mechanic Alliance squared up. I found a hosting platform. We're getting it squared up so that way we can host all of our trainings there. So that way any of you guys that have had, done the live trainings, the diagnostic strategies class, we're getting it uploaded. We're going to have that set up so that way guys that have been into it, you can go back and see that content. And anybody that's interested in, getting into that, it's going to be right there, easy for you guys to get to. As you can see along the ticker on the bottom, which is now on brand because those reds match the logo color way the heck over there. The site is training.mechanicalliance.com. I don't have it linked to the normal Mechanic Alliance site yet, but the subdomain is live and it works. So guys, here, I'll even give you guys a sneak peek. Hold on. Let me pull this up here. Share the screen. Too many things to push and click and touch and share. There we go. It's still under construction. Pardon the dust. I made a note of that because, when I started, I just needed a placeholder. So anyways, really easy to see. As you can see here by my mouse waving wildly around there, training login. Really easy to get to, trust me. Takes you straight into the member area, but since I'm admin, I go straight in. Any of the rest of you guys are going to have to log in, and you can click on the classes, there will be more coming, I promise. One step at a time, guys.
A lot.
So you can go straight into the diagnostic strategies class. Dare I hit the button?
You may.
Takes you inside the class. Diagnostic strategies. You got diagnostic strategies part 1 and 2. Part 3 is coming soon.
Yep.
So there's going to be like 6 or 7 hours of content right there in that one class. Go check it out, guys. Yes, there is a fee associated with it. I've got it set up right now. You can buy it for one-time easy payment of $149, or you can break it up over 3 months. I know there's some guys that don't want to part with that much at once. We got you covered. We got options. Anyways, I'm going to stop sharing the screen so we can get back to our stuff because that's one of the things I'm most excited about. Can you tell?
Yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff.
It's fantastic. Anyways, let me get back to my comment screen over here. Let's see here. Oh, there's some disrespect going on in the F Bobby. Oh no, Kane says don't disrespect the F Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, you can talk trash about his 260 horsepower F body, but hey, don't worry. My 1985 Buick Regal with its anemic 3.8 beat V6, that probably came from the factory with 110 horsepower. If it's got 80 now, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, really. Really. And I didn't know. I saw pictures just this last week, I think, of Bobby's car, and it's cherry. It's a pretty nice looking rig.
I didn't know cars that clean and rust free existed in the
Northeast. Yeah,
Northeast.
It's a pretty gorgeous car. I can see why he's adamant about it. It is beautiful, right color and everything.
Oh, Kevin Meyer says evening all. I think he's watching on the Mechanic Alliance page, not the Mechanic Alliance group.
All right.
So I get comments in different places depending on where they're popping up.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, welcome.
So let's see here. I had some thoughts. Oh, tonight's show is a variety show because we're tying up a whole bunch of loose ends. We got things popping up all over the place. Hey, Kevin, it's okay. You can stay there and watch. I promise. You just don't get the fun chat with the in the group. Just saying.
Aaron says the only cars that really impress him are food trucks. I don't like this guy. I'm with him there. Oh, yeah, baby.
What's your favorite food truck? We got the world's best corn dog truck that rolls around here, and it's a pretty good corn dog.
It is. Yeah.
Tacos are the only way to go.
Tacos!
We got a fish food truck around here. I haven't tried it yet, but everybody says it's fantastic. And there's always a line. So, see, everything's going mobile.
Even the food's going mobile.
Yes,
soon they'll be rolling up to your door saying, "Taco!"
There you go.
Although Mexican taco stands. I was just up in Tooele proper. There is like 8 taco carts, and I didn't even go all the way uptown.
Oh, wow.
It's holy crap, these things are like mushrooms after a rainstorm.
Well, downtown Salt Lake City, there's one on every corner.
Wow.
I think there's more than that. They're in the middle of the block, too.
Wow.
Well, they are 1 mile long blocks. So,
yeah.
Let's see here. Aaron says we've got a Venezuelan food truck market in my neighborhood.
Oh, haven't tried that.
That'd be kind of cool. Hey, Aaron, what state are you in?
Texas.
Wait for you to answer. Is he in Texas?
I think he's in Texas, yeah.
Great state of Texas.
Yep.
Anyway, so totally derailed. Let's bring this thing back in. We're calling it the Variety Show because we're tying up loose ends. Because we've got some things like, remember that GMC case study we were talking about a while ago?
Oh, yeah.
We found some stuff. We found some stuff there that is like, holy crap! We can't believe somebody touched that thing. Marv, you want to tell us about that one?
Yeah, so that one, and Zach, of course, is out. Zach had helped us, Shane had helped us, and all those boys. It was one that was really kicking our butts, and we had chased it down to the AFM, air fuel management process on it. Took quite a while to get there because it was just intermittent as can be. And we had thought mechanical at times, we thought electrical at times, and we went back and forth. And then we had purchased one of those AFM OBD2 connector bypasses and did it, and she was happy with it. It was doing okay, but once in a while I would just not idle quite right. And being a lady, and she's a great customer. I mean, this was the one that we talked about that we had like $400 or $500 diagnostics on the first one, and she bought this rig in January. Had spent $16,000, $17,000 for it. Moved up here from Bakersfield, I guess, or Baker, California. Her husband works in the forestry service. He actually does the weather mapping for fires and stuff. And she'd found us, and so we went up, helped her out, and got it checked out. And it was okay, but she didn't quite feel right about it. She was worried. They took it to California, ran good and all that, but she just said, hey, I want you to bypass the system, put a new cam, lifters, and all that in it. And so I'm one that, again, I hate selling something unless I'm sure that's what it is. And so I told her, well, it's up to you. It's running good now. I think it's fine. And her dad, bless his heart, I guess he's a mechanic of old. Now he got smart. He works on the side-by-sides, making a ton of money. And he gave her the money and said, hey, just do it. So she went ahead and did it, and we got torn into it. Now, this was one we told you about that we had, Shane had helped us find some of the information on it. The rig had 119,000 miles on it. Yeah, there's the camshaft. Had 119,000 miles on it, and at 70,000 miles, there was an issue undoubtedly from the manufacturer on the deal, and it was still covered under warranty. So they took it in, and yeah, there's the end of the cam. They took it in at that point, and we found out once we tore it apart, they replaced the camshaft and half the lifters. Yeah, half the lifters. So, and we knew the half lifters, but we didn't see in the invoice anything about a camshaft. But when we pulled it apart, we could tell the camshaft wasn't that old. Well, what had happened is the set pin on the front had sheared. They had not torqued down the cam gear.
Bolt?
Yeah, the timing gear bolt tight enough. When we hit the impact on it, it just barely whoop, and off it came. Saw the sheared pin. This truck had been running. We figured what day? We figured it had been running retarded on the camshaft. Yeah, 10 or 20 degrees. And, really, how are you going to find that out, guys? I mean, okay, we could have hooked the transducer on and all that, but we could have also hooked a dual lap scope on it. It would have been fine because that would have showed, the cam and the crank would have been in sync with each other. So it was one of those that we really had to get into it to find out what the problem was. And we got it done in that. And again, it's a customer service that I always talk about. We got it done, got it to her. I'd come back from Hawaii, got COVID, so we were behind. It took us a week and a half to get the job done. But really cool because, again, like I said before, you keep in touch with the consumer. So we told her that what we'd all done and kept in touch every day, day and a half. And then actually what we found out too is the valves had kissed the tops of the piston just a little bit, which is quite intriguing. The valves were okay. We checked everything, but we get it done. And she was so excited. She says, I'm ecstatic. I said, in fact, I texted her, what's today? I texted her yesterday. I said, hey, how's it still running? Are you still smiling? She said, ear to ear, I'm ecstatic. I said, I'm so glad. She says, I can't thank you all enough. So took a while to get there. We worked with the customer. We shared with her. She had it to do 2 dealerships. She'd had it to an independent. Took a while to get there, but because we had taken care of her properly, like we think you should take care of people, she was fine with it, and she's a happy customer, and I think she's going to be telling others, just like the one that we had today. Can I sneak that in, Eric?
Yeah.
So,
if you don't, I'm gonna, and I wasn't even there.
Oh my gosh, guys, it was so freaking cool. So
but Dave saved the day on this one too. So don't forget him.
Yeah, this was Dave and I go out to this car. It's a 2013 Maserati Gran Turismo, and we like working on anything because to us it's just we're gonna learn. Not a big deal. It's a dead battery. Put a battery in, wouldn't start. So we go out, and I'm writing all the information up, and Dave's on his knee working in the trunk there with the battery, and I'm just cringing thinking about, oh man, I'm so old, I get bursitis, and I would never do that. And
wait a minute, Marv. Before you go there, let's get the backstory.
Okay.
So this Maserati is sitting in the garage. It won't start. Okay, now this house has a driveway that probably has a 30-degree angle going up, and then it levels off.
Yeah, about like that. Yeah, it was.
So this car will not go up that driveway and in the garage without high centering. So it actually put in an airbag system to lift the car up so that it would clear that. So
really,
yeah.
So
you should have got a picture of that.
He is completely. He's so desperate because he can't do anything with his car. He can't get it towed out. He can't push it out of the garage. Anything, and that's why he calls us. Okay, so Mark, continue with your story.
Well, yeah, good point. I get ahead of myself. I was so excited about the end result. But so we get there, and the guy's awesome, just freaking awesome. He says, hey, can we get you a drink? I says, yeah, you got Diet Coke? He says, I know I'm going to like it. We're not a Pepsi house. So it starts off like that, and in the middle of his garage, he's got this lowered truck he's working on. I said, well, that's pretty cool. What are you doing? He says, well, me and my wife might have a truck show, and so we're building this truck together. And then we start finding out about what he does for a living, and he is gallotechnologies.com. He actually builds gun boards for military, for shops, for individuals. They're magnetic. He did a patent on them. They click into each other, put them on the wall. You can put your guns however you want. $6 million last year, 13 employees, just a really, really good guy. So Dave's in there working on it, and we have our process. Like we always tell you guys, we got to have a process. We go up, we take all the information, they fill out the receipt, they fill out the form, we get there's the VIN and all that sort of stuff. Take pictures of the car to make sure that nothing's going. While I'm doing that, Dave's already in the back, going with things, and he'd had the battery cables off, and he puts them back on. Car fires right up, and he looks at us and goes like, "Holy crap, what happened?" And I said, "Well, my wife, she always says, because she's been with me when cars don't run, and I go out and they start." I said she came up with the phrase that cars fear you, so it runs. So we have him say, "Oh, go take it for a ride." So he takes it for a ride. Lifts the car up, the airbags out the driveway, lets the bags down, goes. We can hear it. What a great sounding car. We can hear him going around the neighborhood, comes back, has to lift the airbags back up, drives up in, turn it off. We go to turn it back on, click, click, click. Oh, crap. Okay. And right away, Dave and I we both knew in our own experience that there was it sounded like there was a disconnect somewhere electrically. Well, Dave happened to be back there, and he found where, what was it? Go ahead and tell that.
The way that Maserati has set this up is on a positive post. There's a connector, then a fusible link in there, and then another connector. And my first thought was fusible link, and then I said no, because we got lights at one point. And I was still getting light in the trunk, so it can't be the fusible connector. And so I started fiddling around with the connections, and I found that the two nuts on each side of that fusible link were loose, and one was so loose that you could lift it up 1/8 of an inch. Tightened it back up, took care of the issue.
Everything. We were having some feedback coming through with lights staying on and all that. So then we get down to chatting about his business, who he is, going to go see his shop on Tuesday when he gets back from vacation. He bought this car for his wife. Him and his wife work together in this business. They started with just the two of them. And he says, "Okay, how do you like us to pay you?" And we say $125 because we figure we're into an hour. And we could have charged more right off the bat for Maserati, but we're learning, so we're okay with it. It's a no-start battery deal, big deal, whatever, right? And he's only like, 15 minutes from our house. So we go
it's not
out.
like you were far away.
Yeah. So he goes ahead, and I said, "Well, you can write a check, we can rent a card, you can do Venmo, whatever you want to do." "I'll do Venmo." I haven't done it much, but let's figure it out. So we do it. We figure it out, and he's typing in the deal, and I said, you put a zero on that you shouldn't have. I said, "It's only $125 because it said $1,000. He had $1,000 typed in there. And he looked me right in the eye and he said, "No, I didn't. I didn't make a mistake." I said, "Really?" And he did. He paid us $1,000 to come out. And like Dave said, I mean, yeah, he had that issue with the car up and down, but he didn't have to. There's no way he had to. We got him going. We got it happening. And so the moral of that story is we asked him how he found out about us, and some other shop in town that we don't even know. It's a shop, right, Dave? What is it?
It's a lighting company.
A lighting company. Somebody at the lighting company sent him to us. And guys, that's what we talk about. I can't talk enough about how we show up in a well-dressed, decked-out car. We're dressed properly with our uniforms. We're cordial. We're nice. We show professionalism. We show up with our scan tool case and our backpack. That helps. I mean, it was really freaking cool. I've never been tipped that much. I've got maybe $50 tip or something, but never that much. And it just shows you that those that complain about this industry and all that, get out of your own way, because you know what? There's some great stuff out there, guys.
Well,
And apparently, just about everyone watching's worked on exotic cars, so that's freaking cool.
See? Yeah, cool.
And it also shows that guys, those of you guys that are resistant to doing this mobile stuff, hey, it's where it's at.
Yeah.
You gotta embrace that. It might be tied to a shop, might not be, but
well, and like us, we have 3 shops that back us, and he did say that, Dave, too. Remember,
mm-hmm.
He said that he had been told, he'd asked some friends and all that, and there was 4 other guys around that he kind of looked at, and then he went to our My Certified Mechanic page, and it just, whatever it did, it worked. And so thank you, Eric, again, for what he does on the marketing and setting things up. You guys, when you're looking at doing this stuff or you're already existing, you know, it's just like that resume we did with Shane. He'd spent money other places. We've done this long enough to know what it takes to get it into that place, you know, get it where it needs to be. We talked with a tech out of Vegas today, same kind of thing, looking for a move. And that's what we're here to help with. And we're not charging you gobs and oodles of money. We're just here to help you so that you can move forward in what you're doing. So cool stuff. Cool story, man. I'll never forget it. Never forget that one.
That's cool. We're just going to hit on this for a minute. You know, join the movement, guys. The movement. It's a movement now. Not a bowel movement. We're not going there. It's a real, legit movement. You're welcome. Of, you know, helping mechanics, technicians get the money they deserve, get the respect, live their best life. Guys, this is, you know, this is legit. We are seriously starting to change industries here, the industry. And
well,
you can learn more at mechanicalliance.com. Soon to be include the training site, but soon.
Yeah, and you saw Tim. We have Tim now with Southern Illinois University. You're going to see another great individual that we're going to highlight tomorrow at 2:00 Mountain Time. We've got some of you guys that are coming on, and I call it the mastermind group now. And we're looking for guys to help, that want to help this forward. I mean, it's really a great group of people that are coming on to help. And oh, one last plug before you get into the other stuff. These are done. I pick them up. There it is. I pick them up Thursday. So those that ordered them, they'll be going out this weekend or Tuesday next week, I guess. And those that still want, we bought a bunch. So let us know.
More coming soon. We'll work on having a serious e-commerce shop.
Yeah.
Faux show.
So, yeah. So anyway, that kind of clears up the stuff that I had. What about you, Eric? Now it looks all crooked.
Now I'm straightening mine up. Thanks. Jeez. It's not like I can see myself in the reflection here. No, it's a camera. It's not a reflection. Anyway,
Yeah.
So something that was brought to my attention Friday morning, I want to say, and names redacted to protect the innocent. But suffice it to say, it was a mutual friend to all of us. Says, "Hey, Eric, can we talk for a little bit?" Yeah. Absolutely. Gave him a call and he says, we ought to talk a little bit about mental health stuff. I says, absolutely. That's a fine idea. What's on your mind? He says, I had a friend of mine who was a shop owner in an unrelated industry, made an attempt at taking his life. Luckily, he's still with us. Didn't go through with it. But guys, there's no reason in this world to ever need to do something like that. You need someone to talk to. I guarantee that myself, Marv, Dave, or virtually anyone in the group would be more than happy to talk to you for a few minutes and help you get things figured out. The last thing we need is we don't want to hear about any of our guys having trouble like that. So I know that every city is different and every state has its own resources and there's national suicide help hotlines. But guys, if you ever need help, reach out. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
That's the community thing that we're doing here. Is we have put together a community of like-minded guys. We're all in here for pretty much the same kind of purpose. Let's keep doing it together, guys.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to help. And it all starts. I mean, I get it, even though he was in a different industry, but a lot of these techs out there, have been beat up for so long that, oh, you're just a mechanic and oh, you're that, and I'm not going to pay you and you're not making your bills. And that's, let's start with that. Let's find out what it is. Again, we're no professionals, but I think just like divorce, I would guess a large percentage of suicide attempts might be financially based as well. So if that's the case, we are going to do a class one Tuesday night live on a P&L where I'll explain and show you guys how you can do your own and find out where you're at. And then let us help you. let us get you into the place where things are better. You know, we've got some great techs out there, and we're making some. There's a big movement going on. We're seeing some changes, and even, you know, I've been through a divorce. I'm willing to chat with you on that. Some of you others have been on that. There's a ton of guys, and sometimes I think it's just maybe having an ear to listen. Just vent. Just let's get on the phone. Let's get on a Zoom and just vent.
You know, that's what's so important about what we're trying to accomplish here. You know, for years, you know, you talk about pay and whatnot, but the industry as a whole, in the public eye, is not a valued industry, and so, you know, you get beat up continuously, to where you feel like, or could feel like, that you're of no value to society because your boss is against you, your neighbor's against you, your customer comes in and yells at you all the time because you changed my brakes and now my radiator overheats, you know, and so it's really easy to get down when you bombarded continuously with that. Marv says we've got great techs. You know, we've got some really good owners in our group too, and we want to encourage owners to treat their people with respect. You guys, no matter how bad you're beat up during the day, you're of value.
Very much so.
You are an important part of society. People recognize your.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's encompassing. It's all encompassing. It's all, like we said. It's it really is. It's not. It hasn't been until now a good place where we've been treated right. We've been taken care of and stuff. And when I see things like that happen to us today, you know, Eric does a great deal with his Mindset Monday. I had found some stuff to send to him because I've studied some of that too. There's a lot to our own psychology of you know, who you're hanging around, what you're saying, kind of can stem you down a dark rabbit hole of. It's not always easy to be upbeat. Let's be real. I mean,
Life has its ups and downs.
I went through a freaking nasty divorce, and those that have been through it, it ain't about the woman. It's about the kids and the crap and the games they play. And I've learned a lot of stuff from that nasty person. And, you know, it's it's having to find yourself in a good place where you can build yourself up. You know, I'll tell you guys, this was, and Dave and Eric know about this, but in the end of, what's it been now, 2 years? So I'm working for Grease Monkey International, and I'm happy. I've been there 4 years. I'm making good money. I'm making close to 100K. I'm traveling. I'm training 500 shops. And one of the shops is in Wendover, Utah. And Wendover, Utah is owned by a gentleman that had gotten into the software industry. A great success story. Was doing his final paper or whatever at the university, at Utah State University, and said, "Oh, this is a good business idea." It was for business class, so he went out and did it. And 20 some odd years later, he sold the business, from what I'd heard, for over $300 million. So he goes to Wendover. He's from there, and he sets the whole thing up to kind of build back into the community of the opportunity of building it. He's a giving kind of man. And so he goes back, and so they reached out to me that, hey, they built this $14 million complex, and it was great. It had a Grease Monkey in it. It had a mailbox center in it. It had a dollar store. We put a pizza place in, and it had a dry cleaner, and there was still half of the space was available. And so I go work for this guy, and I'm making $125 a year. And if I can break all these businesses, just break even, I got another 100K coming in. And I just bought into this lock, stock, and barrel. I was excited. I'd left, Grease Monkey to do this. I'd enjoyed everything I'd done in my life, but I was having a blast. It was building 5 businesses at once. I mean, it was like a dream come true to me. And he'd always told me that if anything got between him and his brothers, because his brothers were part of it, and one of the mistakes I feel he made, and I'm sure one of the other brothers would agree with it, is he put the wrong brother as a CEO who had worked for everything I'd done in my life, and I was having a blast. It was building 5 businesses at once. I mean, it was like a dream come true to me.
Where's that guy?
Told me that if anything got between him and his brothers, because his brothers were part of it, and 5 businesses at once. That was weird.
Huh.
So
Ghost in the machine. Anyway, you get to hear what you heard what Marv said twice there.
Yeah. So he had used his brother, who was older, that had worked for a fertilizer company out there and been union the whole time, and put him as a CEO, which didn't know how to run a business. The other brother was pretty sharp, and he had worked as HR for the and retired from the casinos. And then the other one had done businesses all over the country, and him and I were clicking, and things were happening. I mean, we were decking out the place. I'm in it 3 months, and he comes in one day and he lets me go. And I had one of his good friends from 40 years was working with me. His name was Jerry, and Jerry was an older guy, and I knew he was trying to help him out and take care of him. His family came from sheep herding and that, and really nice guy. And it's like, what did I do? It's just a decision I had to make. Well, long story short, comes to find out that it was a family issue, and the brothers have split now, and it went away. That was the hardest part in my life, even with the divorce and all of that. I had a job that was just phenomenal. I wore out Kenny Chesney has this thong that says it'll be all right. If that had been a vinyl deal, the needle would have gone through it, because I had to every day listen to that 3-4 times a day. It'll be all right. And it still kind of hurts me in a way, because it was I made a major change in my life. It was 5 hours away from where I live. I'd bought a car. I was traveling. I was making the kind of money that I figured once I got going, I'd get me a little plane, fly back and forth. We were having a blast, and with the realtor that was in town, we were gathering the town together. We were really doing some great stuff, and it fell apart. And so, yeah, at that same time, I could have gone to drinking. I could have gone to a bunch of other things. But, we've all been through our different stories, and I think each one of us individually with those stories can help each other.
Absolutely. There's the phrase of, we're stronger together.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is true. I mean, no one person can have all the strength in the world. If any of you have kids and have seen Encanto 7 or 80 times, you know what I'm saying there. There's one song about, you can't bend, can't break. There's a time where we all have to stand together and help each other out.
Yeah. And we're here for you guys. I mean, that's the bottom line. We're here for you.
Let's see here. What do we got? What other bullet points did we hit up here? Talked about the GMC. Talked about mental health. Guys, stay strong. I know, sage words of advice there. And lastly, one of our guys, one of our favorites, Greg KD. You know that he had that shop break in quite a while back. Apparently, it looks like they caught the creeps. He posted about that in the group a little bit, I believe. Yeah. And I know that I don't have all the details, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But I do know just enough to know that, this is the stuff that he had stolen and what they're paying him out for insurance. They're 2 entirely different things.
Yeah. I understood about 50%. And on that note, the other one is Zach. Guys, he pulled his arm. He had to have surgery. I know Zach would tell us right now on this, and when he sees it, he will agree that had he not had personal injury insurance, it might have cost him $20, $25 a month, right? That's now helping him keep alive and a living for the next 6 months of being out of work. It sounds like a lot at the time, and you'll go, you don't have the money. Well, then the first thing is you got to get with us and let us help you get the money to do it. We had one guy came on one day. I was talking to him about the P&L. Very next day, he got a raise. He was having an issue with his and not having insurance. We had a chat for about an hour, which is part of being a member of Mechanic Alliance. You get 2 hours a year of help on that. And then, we'll help you a little more if we need to. And then we figure out how we can move forward with you on that. But the very next day, he gets his insurance covered. So you're not going to get it if you don't ask. And we're here to help you on how to ask. We have this great guy that's coming on. You'll learn a little bit about tomorrow that's going to be doing some stuff for us. Had made the same mention that, going in and showing your worth. And I say every year, you should be having an evaluation from your owner. You should have an evaluation, but when you go in, you should be able to show them, like this person here was saying, that one year he did $1 million in parts and labor for the dealership he was working for. So when he went in to ask for a raise, he knew he deserved a raise. So these are the things that we want to all help you with. These are the things where you get out of that rut and get out of your own way and let us help you to greater things.
Absolutely. That's why it's the alliance, not the individual, not the mechanic individual. It's the Mechanic Alliance. We're all in this together.
Not to be confused with a union.
Yeah, we're not a union. We get asked that all the time. We're not a union.
Nope.
Some people think we're a franchise too. We're not a franchise either.
No, and the whole union debate, that's something I'm just going to leave right there because plenty of people have their own opinions on that, and I'm not going there.
No. But we like
not a union.
we do like to keep it as a family. I mean, there's times that you'll see a dog running around the background or hear a kid. We don't care. I mean, I used to care. I don't. I mean, we're all about family. We'll be doing a Zoom invite with somebody and they got to go do something or move. It doesn't matter.
How many times have you heard my kids in the background?
Not often, actually.
Oh, well.
I did tonight, though. But that's okay. I mean, we're all in it. You'll hear my dogs yelping, But that's what it's about. We're not that kind of company. We're not those kind of individuals. Is we're here to help you on anything. You want to shoot the breeze that you're having issues with, and let us help you and help us. Help us move this movement forward. Help us in pushing it out there, because what we do have is a good thing for all involved in the auto industry. We've got next month, we have our third class coming on, our diagnostic strategies class. We also have a service writer class that Dave B. I can never say his last name, but
Bonica.
Dave Bonica and I are going to be team teaching on. And so, you got some problems with a service writer and you see some things that they could maybe use. We try to keep the classes small, 10 to 12, 14 students. I haven't pushed it because I've been sick, been out of town, but we'll start pushing that now. But that's what they're there for. And once you sign up for those classes and take it, Eric will have the website set up that you'll be able to go back anytime and revisit that class at your leisure.
Absolutely. And I know that guys are always interested. Hey, you're going to have an app. Not necessarily a Mechanic Alliance app, but there is an app that you can get a hold of called where the hosting platform is called Attractwell. They have an app that once you get everything set up, you can go see everything that you've got a part of, from your phone, from your mobile device, from wherever the heck you are. You can get in there easy. Believe me, we're going to make it as easy for you as possible to get the value out of this. So stay tuned for all those great trainings that we've got coming. And there will be more through the summer. I know that I know Bobby's got some interest in some other classes. One Arm Zach Zelenak he's got some stuff that he wants to teach too. Plus, who knows what the future holds with Mike Christofferson and a myriad of other great guys.
And that's right. I just happened to hop on the page there, and I can never say his name either, but SIA Automotive Sales and Repair up in Ontario, Canada. I have the best customers. Thank you for getting us these awesome pizzas for lunch from Boston Pizza. Very much appreciated. See, this is guys, when I hear you guys out there that are putting on customers' parts and creating all that crap, you really are in the wrong business and the wrong road, because These are the kind of people you're looking for, the customers that you take care of, that take care of you, and you're not afraid to charge them. I mean, that's what it's about. It's really cool.
This is true. Guys, we're always looking for great owners to help place great techs like you.
Absolutely. Reach out.
So, anything in the comments anyone wants to talk about, we can sit here and twiddle our thumbs for a minute. Or we can just, continue, we can spin our hats around backwards and pretend we all, that's not me. Who am I kidding? I'm a middle-aged, balding white guy.
Yeah, you are. Balding? I don't think it's anything about balding. I think it's already bald, buddy.
There's some fuzz up there. Some.
Balding.
I used to have great hair.
You're freaking bald. So did I. I used to get my hair cut, and they would say that the actual person would say, "Man, you got thick hair." Not anymore.
Shane says, "Don't smash fingers in swing hitches." PSA.
Oh, yeah, way to go, Shane.
Instead of customer states, mechanic states, we'd have to use the bleeper. Bleep, 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 because I'm sure there was expletives there.
Mechanic states, we'd have to use. The moral of that story is open your eyes.
That reminds me of a joke.
Shane.
Oh, here goes.
So, this guy's going to take a journey across the desert. He goes to the nearest camel rental place because he doesn't want to buy a camel. He just wants to rent one for a one-way trip across the desert. He can return it at the camel rental place on the other side of the Sahara. Anyways, so he's looking at the selection. There's, Ahmed's camels, Mohammed's camels, and up the road, there's, so-and-so's 7-day camels. He's like, okay, everyone else is advertising a 5-day camel. I'm going to go see the guy that's got a 7-day camel. So he goes up to the 7-day camel dealer, and he says, okay, so what makes your camels different from all the other 5-day camels that are around here? And he goes, let me show you, sir. He grabs a camel right off the rack from the return rack, takes it over to the watering hole, and, camel immediately, he starts sucking it up. So, calmly, this is going to take a few minutes because camels take a while to fill. Those humps are hollow for a reason. Whether they are or not, I don't know. Don't blast me. It's part of the joke. So, the camel dealers, he grabs 2 nice smooth rocks, from right next to the watering hole, like they've been there with a purpose. And he calmly walks up behind the camel, puts his ear on the hump, and says, this one's almost full. Behind the camel, takes the 2 stones, crack, right on the camel's tail, or other appendages, because Facebook. And, camel goes, sucks up another, 7 or 8 gallons of water. And, guy who's looking for a rental camel says, does that hurt? He says, no, you keep your thumbs clear.
Oh, Eric, did we lose anybody on that one?
Probably the whole group.
I love it. Oh, that's good. That is a good one, actually.
Hey, Shane says he was wearing glasses. Hopefully they were safety glasses,
Glasses or gloves? Oh, glasses. He was
He
wearing
was
gloves.
wearing his gloves, apparently.
I try to wear gloves when I handle crap like that because, an extra layer of leather can make a difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Marv, you remember that case tractor we worked on?
Yeah.
Looks like it got bought. It's up in Cedar.
Oh, did it?
Sale now, $55,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, tell the story on that one. That was quite intriguing.
Used tractor for $55,000?
Yeah, 97 case 97.
Piece of
Is that in
crap.
solid gold or something?
It was garbage. The reason I recognized it is because I recognized the seat. But yeah, that one. Marv and I went out and checked. This guy been sitting out in his field for a couple of years, and he was wanting to clear it out, and he had a kid come over to work on it. The kid pulled the pins on the hydraulics and bent up the hydraulic tubes and whatnot. We checked it out, and we actually referred it to one of our guys here that does heavy equipment. So, but apparently it got fixed, moved out of the field, went 40 miles north of us now. And I had told the owner, I said, that'll sell for 20 grand when you fix it, because he didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
It was about $5,000 to put it back together, and he didn't want to spend the money. And I told him it was about 20 grand. So I had no idea what he sold it for, but it's now for sale for
55 grand.
I know the used car and the equipment market is nuts, but
yeah, now it makes me wish we'd have just bought it from him, fixed it, and sold it. I guess we missed out on that one, Dave.
Yeah.
See, the difference is, I like cool old tractors. We're like 8Ns and those cool ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the money, so I mean, we'd have been into that. What, Dave? He wanted 5. He'd have taken 5 or 6 for it.
Yeah.
That's what he paid. We'd have been into it maybe what?
10, maybe 10 or 11. We would have been.
Yeah, we turned a really nice profit. We even got rid of it for 35 and turned a nice profit. So that's cool. No, good stuff.
Well, looks like we're winding down in the group. We're at the 46-minute mark. We're at happy point.
Yeah.
Shall we cut them loose?
Yeah, unless they have any questions or want to say anything.
No, Shane says, I said hindsight is 2020. He says hindsight was 2020. Anyways, thanks for watching. Shane, get that finger feeling better. And we will catch you across our various other shows through the week. I'll catch you Monday morning at Mindset Monday. We'll see you back here. Same bat time, same bat channel with the Tuesday Night Live.
There you go.
Thanks.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Check out mechanicalliance.com, the training.mechanicalliance.com. We got stuff coming.
A lot of good stuff.